Hello, it's Erica, the Friday kid, but I'm coming to you from Sunday morning because I forgot. Well, I didn't really get time on Friday to do it because I had a friend over, and then yesterday I just forgot. So, I'm doing my video now, and I'm terribly sorry that I kind of look like crap because I only woke up like less than an hour ago before I realized I hadn't done my video, and so I decided since nobody's in the house right now, I need to do it now. Okay, so this week we are talking about queer media representation, and particularly trans media, which, as most of my fellow penguins have pointed out, there isn't a whole lot of, unfortunately. Um, and I think both Isaac and August talked about one of my favorite examples of trans media representation, which is the character Sophia in Orange is the New Black, played by Laverne Cox. I feel like maybe I connect to her story slightest bit more because she's a trans girl. So, well, it's a little bit easier for me to put myself in her shoes, I think. Um, at least to the extent that um, I I cried a lot watching the video or the episode that focuses on her. But she is really fabulous, and it's really great seeing trans women represented in mainstream media because it doesn't happen often at all, or if it does, we're treated like trannies or we're drag queens or something like that. So that's just really fabulous. Um, Other than that, there aren't a lot of really good examples of trans people or trans women particularly in media. I know that I haven't seen this part. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race sometimes because I find it fun and hilarious and kind of cool. But my friend, who's a drag queen, told me about one of the one of the seasons, and I don't think I've seen this one. One of the contestants actually comes out as trans while she's on the show, so I think that's really cool, and it kind of speaks to the variety within, particularly the drag kind of realm, which I think is more associated with gay men, but trans women can do it and do, and I think that's really cool. Let's see. I'm just trying to think of like trans women in the media. Isis King was a contestant on America's Next Top Model, and I don't think she won, but she got to the finals, and she's really she looks really fabulous. I've watched a lot of videos of her on the show, and I don't know, she's just like, I do this thing where I'll find like pictures of trans girls that I want to look like someday, and I'll save them as transpiration, like trans inspiration. So, Isis King is a good example for me of trans inspiration. I feel like there's somebody I'm forgetting, but those are, well, let's see. Other than the media, like TV shows and stuff, there's this couple, I can't remember their names. I'll link to them in the doobly-doo. But they've gotten a little bit of press. They're like a couple, a trans couple, like one of them's a trans girl, one of them's a trans boy, from like Oklahoma, who have been transitioning together, and they're really cute. And there's videos of them, and oh god, oh, I love them so much. And the trans girl especially, I wish I could remember their names. I really want to look like her, and I want to be happy with somebody like that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So trans representation. I think that's basically it. Queer representation as a whole. I know, again, some of the other penguins have talked about Night Vale. Welcome to Night Vale, and how it very unambiguously presents a queer relationship as just a thing, which I think is awesome. Some other examples I can think of for that, particularly some webcomics. Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal is kind of like it's like a one-off kind of comic, like The Far Side or something, but with multiple panels usually. And that author does a very good job of making his characters queer or people of color or anything else. I don't think he's done much for trans people, which could be a combination of him not really being aware of the topic and the fact that really it's hard to show a trans person, especially in kind of a low detail style, and not like make it an issue that they're a trans person, because ideally they're kind of passing, aren't they? Which, you know, so yeah, but he does a really good job of having just like queer characters like in queer relationships around, and there's nothing dramatic or anything, or like the queerness of the relationship isn't the topic at hand. So I think that's really cool. Another webcomic I read, which is more like continuity based, Gunnar Craig Court. I can link to all these in the doobly-doo. Gunnar Craig Court has, at least right now, one canon queer relationship, which, again, there's just not really any drama, I think, applied to the fact that it's queer. It's just like, aw, they're dating now. It's cute. Let's see. Anything else? I don't know. And then I think Mick talked about this a little bit. How sometimes, you know, you kind of come up with ideas that a certain character is queer without any explicit evidence, but you shouldn't need any because it's kind of cisnormative or heteronormative or whatever is the topic at hand to say, oh, well, you need evidence that they're trans. Oh, well, you need evidence that they're cis. Okay? So, let's see, some examples of that. I like the idea from the Danganronpa series, which is it's a video game, which you should look into if you can. Chihiro from the first game is a biological male who wears girls' clothing, and there's reasoning explored behind that that's like kind of weird. Like, he was bullied a lot and like treated like a wimp, so he started wearing girls' clothes. I don't know, but I like to think of him as trans, or her as trans, because I don't know. It's just nice to have the idea that you have a representation in a piece of media that you like, even if it's not explicitly there. I feel like there's some other character I'm forgetting, and I can't think of who it is. There's a lot of in the Homestuck webcomic, which a lot of you may have heard of or read. There's a lot of people who have headcanons about certain characters being trans, and I've seen particularly a lot of them for the character of Dave Strider, and I kind of like those. I don't know if it's like a solid headcanon, like, yeah, I'm sure that Dave's trans, but I like seeing it when people do stuff based on that idea. I'm sure there's some I'm forgetting, and maybe I'll put some in the doobly-doo if I forget, or if I think of any in between now and posting this video. But yeah, so queer media, it's fabulous, but we need more of it, please. Let's see, weekly updates. I got back on Tumblr, which may or may not have been a good idea. I'll put my URL is Princess Erika, but it's spelled a little weird because it's the Norwegian spelling of princess. So I'll put that link down there. And let's see. I want to mention I got a car. Do y'all see my nails yet? I don't think you did. Those are my nails. This one's a little better. I really like it. I got a lot of compliments for it recently, and I'm pretty proud of it, but I'm probably going to take it off today and paint something new on because I want to switch it up a lot. I did start going back to school, high school. I'm a senior now. This past week, started on Wednesday. It was kind of fun for a little bit because, like, ooh, I get to see my friends again, new exciting classes, and now it's like, ugh, homework. I don't want to do this. So, yeah. Homework's a thing again, and I'm not terribly fond of it, but you know how it goes. I did get to, I have several teachers really that I'm kind of like friends with almost, and one of them, we have like 3 lunch periods at my school, and I have to take first lunch period, or I'm supposed to take first lunch period. Since I have a free hour, that hour I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. I'm supposed to take first lunch period though, So, and since none of my friends have that lunch period, I go to one of the teachers' classrooms and just eat lunch in there and talk to him and stuff. And one of the things we talked about on like Thursday was he had asked me about like college and careers and stuff, and I mentioned that I'd been thinking that I might want to become a teacher someday. And so it was just kind of cool talking to him about that, and he was really encouraging, and I mean, which he should be because he's a teacher himself, and he's a really really good teacher. But yeah, it was just really nice to be able to do something like that. Um, I think that's all for weekly updates. Yeah, so school, it's not fun. Um, well, it's okay, but work isn't fun. But I'll deal. So from Sunday, I'm saying bye from the Friday Kid. So, bye.